because I was ignoring him. I'm looking out the window everywhere else. I was not paying him a bit of attention. He said something, and I realized, I said, oh, he's talking to me. As soon as I turned, it went off. And I said, you shot me? And I went to reach for the door, and he said, bitch, I'll shoot you again. He raped me, and that was disgusting to me. I don't know if I passed out again, but the next time I came to, he was taking pictures. Yeah, freak. I said, oh, no, I really got to get out of this. He turned the car and started driving off, and I remember getting the lockup. I opened the door, and as I opened the door, he also pushed me out the door at the same time. And I remember rolling in the street and laying there. Then this voice was telling me, get out the street. Get out of the street. The doctor said I had a collapsed lung. The bullet was still traveling in my system. We have to wait for it to settle before we can do anything for you. So I was in the hospital, I think maybe 4 or 5 days before it settled. So he said, we're gonna take you to surgery, we're gonna cut you open. And he says, I'm gonna take you in, I'm gonna get this bullet out of you. And I was like, you gonna do it? And he goes, yeah. So we're on the table, and he says, I'm gonna knock you out. And I was like, okay, but I told him, it's not easy to knock me out because I have a strong system. And he was like, I got a cocktail for you. I'm on the table, he gives me this cocktail. And I wake up on the table and I go, you know that hurts, right? And he's like, she's awake. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I can't stop what I'm doing and put her back under. I just go finish up. I can do this. I done had a baby, I can do this. He finished up, he says, we got it, we got the bullet. I just said, okay, Father God, thank you, thank you. I was still in the hospital room, and the detectives came in, I think it was the day after surgery. They brought in a sketch artist, and they said, can you describe him? And I gave him what I remembered. He was short, black, he wasn't all that good looking. He had a polo shirt and some khakis on. I said, he just dressed decent. Looked like a blue-collar worker, no big deal. Look how many years it was. I mean, it was a 30-year gap almost before they eventually caught somebody. 30 years to catch a black person that killed another black person. 30 years. Why is that? Because they weren't really looking. I don't know if I played a critical role or not. I'm not gonna say that, because all I did was say what happened to me. In the end, he was caught. That's the best part.